welcome back. And this is my review of the 1,000 Pound Sisters, Season 6, Episode 2, Recipe for Disaster. So let's get into it. The family is on their way to see Dr. Smith. So that includes Chris, Misty, Amanda, Tammy, and Amy. So they all weigh in, and the only sibling that met her goal is Misty. So it looks like Amy needs to lose an additional 30 pounds. Amanda needs to lose another 60 pounds. Chris, Dr. Smith said he wants him to lose between 50 and 60 pounds. And Chris is not happy because he's been at 300 and a little under 300 for just under a year. And he always says something's wrong. Like, no, Chris, nothing's wrong. The scale doesn't lie. As Dr. Now always says, the scale doesn't lie. No, you just need to fix your diet and stick with it. Kind of whatever you were doing before. Tammy still needs to lose an additional 100 pounds. And she had the nerve to be a little bit upset as well. So, I mean, I gave Tammy kudos for losing the weight, but you still have a little bit more to go. I don't think that that's a bad thing. You don't want to have skin surgery twice, so you might as well just go ahead, lose the another 100 pounds. And I think she was still 53% body fat. So yeah, you still have a little bit more to go. So just keep going and at the pace that you were doing, and I think you should be fine with losing another 100 pounds. So later, Amy and Tammy paint. Tammy reveals that after the weigh-in appointment that she became super depressed, and so she began overeating on purpose so that she could throw up. So, she went on to say that before the bypass surgery, she ate her feelings and, she would gain weight. And now she's eating and throwing it back up because she can't hold as much in her stomach. Because remember, she had the surgery. And so her stomach size is so much smaller that when you overeat, that is a result that you will end up throwing up. So, now she says she realizes what she was doing and she has stopped, and she says and emphasizes that she does not do that anymore. Her and Amanda, they talk about Amanda blaming them for her not being able to lose weight. They don't feel like it was their fault, but I do think that it was not right for them to reach out to her and, say something. She's had some type of ACL tear, and they didn't reach out at all. And especially like Tammy should have definitely reached out because Amanda's been there for her a lot. So Chris stops by Amanda's, and, they talk about Tammy getting, more slick, at the mouth to Amy. And to Amanda, and Amanda doesn't like it. But Chris said, he's going to be neutral. So he said, he didn't notice it. Chris just wants to stay out of it. So he says, no, I didn't really notice it. Amanda says she senses some tension with Tammy. She noticed that Tammy has not once checked in on her. And, Chris just makes excuses for Tammy, and he says, well, Tammy's logic is not, our logic. So that's the excuse that Chris wants to give Tammy for not coming around. So my thing is my opinion is that Tammy relies on the family like way too much. And I do see, I see Amanda's side as well. It's kind of like the saying is, who takes care of the caretaker when the caretaker has taken care of everyone else? And I think that's wrong for them to just drop her. And I think that's Amanda's biggest issue with Tammy is that she doesn't seem to want to help others. Tammy just wants everybody to help her, and that's really it. She doesn't want to do anything else. So the next thing we see is Tammy and Amy are preparing to record a YouTube video. Um, they are really silly. We already know that. They are trying to share a lot of hair tips, but it looks like a bunch of hair failures to me. They are just, being really silly. Nothing, the content, they have followings, and those people know that they're kind of silly ladies. So, it works. I've never watched any of their videos. The first time I knew about them was on the show. So, but yeah, so Amy shares with Tammy that, she is ready to put herself out there and start dating. In my opinion, is personally, I don't think Amy is ready to be dating. I think she needs to get her house in order. She needs to get more structure in her boys' lives, like getting to bed at a certain time, eating, a different way so that they can be a little bit healthier than her and Tammy had been when they grew up, and just take some more time with the boys. And she still needs more healing time because we know that she's not really healed that quickly. So, I mean, I just think it's too soon. So next we see Amanda's boys. Well, it looks like Amanda, her boys had broke a window over at Tammy's home. And so Tammy is outside sweeping, and Chris pulls up to the house and asks her what she's doing. And she's like, well, Amanda's boys came over here and tore up my house. And, she's tired of it, but she's scared to go to Amanda about it. She tells Chris how much money she puts in the house and how many repairs are still needed. She said, for example, the linoleum on the floor, she said it was bowing, aka, it's pulling, kind of rolling up, or it's coming apart. So she also said that the cabinets are falling apart as well. But, again, she's scared to go to Amanda because apparently she did tell her, but Amanda told her to let it go. And, Chris just says, hey, bottom line is, we need to keep family and business apart. And, he said that's just how he feels. Amanda is not trying to repair anything. Her kids have messed up. Tammy says after all her weight loss, she just wants some peace and quiet. And Kirsten says, well, you guys are sisters and you just need to have a conversation. Well, I do think that Amanda should have some accountability with her kids coming over. I don't care if you did allow Tammy to move into your old home. I don't think it's right that your kids come over and just, tear up. I seen one of them, and he is huge. He's tall and he's big. And I'm thinking they got to be out of high school. Why is it that they don't have a job? And why aren't they doing anything for themselves besides going over to your aunt's house and tearing up? Who goes over to somebody's house and breaks windows? They must have been throwing a football or some type of ball that broke that window. That's ridiculous. So I get Tammy's side, and I also get Amanda's side. So later we see Chris has called a family meeting. Everybody has arrived, and Chris wants the family to kind of work together to lose the weight, and everybody has in the past complained that they don't have access to a gym. And so Chris has passed out, he's got gym memberships for everybody, and he's passed out these little key fobs that you can wear and put on your keychain, and to eliminate the excuses that they don't have access to a gym. So now they don't have that excuse anymore. And they're trying to come together as a family to lose the weight. Amanda suggested having a friendly competition. And the whole meeting went left really fast. First, Amy responds with, she's not down with that. She does not want to have any competition. I guess she probably doesn't want the accountability if she doesn't lose the weight. And so she is adamant about not doing any type of being involved in any type of competition with her and her sister. She says she's happy when they lose 1 pound or any amount of pounds. She just does not want to be in any type of competition. So that left Amanda a little agitated also because she said no. And then, next thing you know, Amy walks out. She doesn't want to hear it. She remembers the issue she had when they were on the trip in Florida, and she decides to just walk away from that conversation and, end it. Next, we have Tammy, who decides to speak up. Now, Tammy decided to speak up before, while Amy was in the room, but Amanda shut her down so fast that Tammy shut up. So when Amy left, Tammy decides to finish what she was trying to say in the first place. So she says, I kind of agree with Amy, and Amanda just goes off. She was like, she doesn't want to hear anything she has to say. And next thing you know, she gives her this dirty look. And Tammy is like, why are you looking at me like that? And then that just got Tammy all riled up, and then she decides to walk out. So now we have two siblings that have walked out. The only people that are left is Misty and Chris. And Misty, because Amanda is still going off because the two of them walked out. Oh, and Amanda also tells Tammy that she can get out of her house also, because we know that Tammy lives in the house that used to be Amanda's home. And she, like I said, Amanda told her she can get out of her house before she left out. So Amanda says she's not going to be disrespected in her home. And so this is just a mess. It's a mess. I mean, it was a good gesture by Chris, but they're kind of like most families. Whenever someone doesn't disagree, they have that family dynamic where they just walk away. I mean, there are a lot of families that are just like that, and they just walk away. So, Misty tries to talk to Amanda, and Amanda tells her, Misty tells her to let it go. As Amanda was talking and not allowing Tammy to speak, Misty told Amanda to just let it go. She told her several times. And what I didn't know was that Misty is the oldest. I don't know why. I thought Amanda was the oldest and then Misty, but no, Misty is the oldest, and then Amanda is next in line, and then it's Amy, and then no, it's Tammy, and then it's Amy. I don't know why. I thought Tammy was the youngest. Tammy is older than Amy. So, anyways, as I stated, Misty couldn't get through to Amanda either, so she ends up walking out as well. And Chris walked out earlier because the only person left sitting on the couch is, I think her name is Jennifer, which is Chris's wife. I'm not sure, but I think it's Jennifer that's left sitting on the couch. And we know that she really never talks that much anyway. She really is just there to support her husband, Chris. I do think that the issue is that Amanda really was already angry before the meeting before the meeting started. Um, we already had heard earlier that Amanda was already pissed that Tammy did not reach out to her while she was, you know, having some issues with her leg, her torn ACL. And so I think they should have started the meeting off in that manner, because I think there were some unresolved feelings already before the meeting started. So, because I don't think Amanda really wanted to go off like that. I think she wanted someone to say or apologize for not reaching out to her. And they skipped over all of that and just went directly into talking about the family weight loss together, and kind of some ideas surrounding how they want to do it as a family. So I think this family dynamic, they probably won't ever get anything resolved until maybe they get together as a family and do some type of family therapy. I think that would really work, because then you have a mediator and you have, someone who's more knowledgeable and can kind of help them process what the family is going through. And I think in most of it kind of probably stems from their mother. As you know, we never really see her at all. We've seen her in maybe seasons 1 and 2. We've seen her very random, that she comes into on the show to show her face. So I think a lot of issues just have been long going issues that come from like when they were younger and growing up with their mom. So I really think they need therapy, and the mom needs to be in attendance, but I doubt if she will. So it is what it is, but this was my review of 1,000 Pound Sisters, and I would really appreciate it if you like any of this content. Please like, comment, or subscribe. And remember that life has no remote. Get up and change it yourself. And I'll talk to you again. Bye.